Hey everybody, in this video I'll be just showing off a build that I do against Zerg. It's a very powerful timing push that happens around the 10-minute mark, right after stim finishes. So this game was played against a platinum level Zerg, and this game actually promoted me to diamond. With this build, my win rate against Zerg is well over 60% right now, and after I learnt it, it has yet to be defeated. The only thing that can kill it is if you miss the timing, which has happened to me a couple of times. So skipping ahead the beginning stuff, this isn't really that important. It opens up with the normal 10 supply depot. You can throw it down at your wall, you don't necessarily have to. Then right after that, you'd want to go and scout, make sure your opponent isn't really doing any stupid stuff, like 6 pool, like roach rush, any of that stuff. Then you go with the 12 barracks and 12 gas, skipping out your 13 SCV. Just get your gas sooner so you can get that Reaper out. Then right when you have the minerals, you build your SCVs again, and then you do the 15 orbital, and you get a Reaper. So it's essentially a Reaper fast expand. You get your second supply depot. You don't go command center before supply depot like other builds. He grabs the gas here, so I guess he didn't see the expansion or whatever. And then you throw down your fast expand before you throw down your factory, and when you have enough minerals. You don't cut workers, and after your first 2 Reapers, if you have 2 Reapers out, you'll throw down a reactor, so you switch into a reactored hellion opener. Then when you have the resources, you throw down 2 more barracks, and then when you swap your factory over, you get the tech lab on the barracks, so you can start stim right away, which should be starting shortly. Now you'll be pumping out hellion from your factory. You won't get widow mines, you don't need them. You'll get marauder from your 1 barracks with the tech lab, and then right when these 2 barracks are finished, you'll be throwing reactors on them, like so. You want to keep constant pressure with your Reapers until they either die or your hellion come out. You really want to try and save your Reapers because they're very important for the later stages. And then right when you get your 2 hellion out, or your 4 hellion out, you'll pull your Reapers back, and then you'll push in with the hellion. You don't want to get supply blocked, you want to keep constant worker production, and 1 marauder, 2 hellion, and 4 marine. You run your hellion in, just trying to lay the 3rd, even though he already has it down over here. But the 4th, the 3rd, just try and put pressure on him. Kill off whatever you can. You really want to keep these hellion alive, because they give you the map control you'll need. Because if your opponent scouts this coming, it gives them time to just morph in a round of roaches, a round of zerglings, and if it pushes like a minute and a half late, it really loses its power. So right here, we're just sort of keeping map presence, denying what I think is the 3rd, this is actually its 4th, denying his base, just forcing out lings. And back at base, you just supply depot, SCVs, marine, marauder, hellion, and you're just waiting for stim to finish. That's all you should be doing, keeping these 4 hellion alive, just sitting them outside of his base, poking every so often, just to keep the pressure on. Right here, see stim's right about to finish, so we rally everything to the marauders, like so. Shift Q them up, because your marauder will be the most likely to stay alive, so you want everything rallying into them. I'm just poking at the lings, trying to keep the hellion alive. We lost two hellion for all those lings, so it's a very decent trade there. And then as you push out, I don't think I did it here, I should. As you push out, you'll be throwing down your 2 engineering bay, so throw down your 3rd, and then you also want to throw down your 2 extra gases and your starport, and then 2 extra barracks. Then with this push, it's really powerful if he doesn't see it coming. which is what your initial 4 hellion are for. Because by the time you run up his ramp, he doesn't have enough to kill him, or yeah, to kill your army. And if he had enough here, what you could do is just pull back, try and keep him in his base, and go and deny the 3rd, kill the 3rd off as you grab your own, and then just pull back if you don't think you have what it takes to kill him right there. And you just macro up, get your attack upgrade, your defense upgrade, get 2 more barracks, a starport, 3 gases should go down, and then your 3rd. You just macro off that, wait till you have a decent sized army, and then push again, and just constant aggression. Just open up another replay where it didn't really win on the first push. That was this one. This was back in gold. So this was right when I got the hang of the build. Right when I started doing the whole timing push. I'm just gonna skip ahead from the beginning stuff. It's gonna be the same build: the 10 supply depot, the 12 barracks, the 12 gas, the 15 orbital, 15 reaper, and then the fast expand with factory into reactored hellion. Then you get 2 barracks, tech lab on 1, reactor on the other 2. It's just a really, really strong push. So yeah, like most games, they're gonna go for either a pool expand or hatch first. Which really doesn't matter. The only thing you're looking for with that scouting SCV is to make sure that he throws down that expansion. You're not trying to delay it, you're not trying to force anything out of him, you just want to make sure that he's expanding out of it. If he's one basing you, it could potentially hurt, which I'll show in the next game. It's one where I didn't really scout a more all-in play, but still managed to hold it off and get a really good timing push out of it. So right here, you're just keeping your Reapers alive, running them in. You're not trying to run into the main, not trying to do anything fancy, just for pressure. And at this point, this stage of the game, back when I was getting the hang of this, I wasn't doing anything fancy with the Hellion. It's all the Reapers. If he was just, I guess he was going for some sort of all-in roach play, I guess. So if you look at his harvesters, he doesn't really have a hell of a lot. He doesn't have a 3rd, he doesn't have harvesters. I guess he was... It was gold though. I saw these roaches coming out, so I didn't want him to know that I had a timing push coming. So I just sort of run my army off to the side in case he was running up my ramp or anything. Running like from here. So run up here with my Hellion, poke at the roaches. My bio comes in. Stim, kill off the roaches. Now we make our way to his base. The goal of this build is to essentially just deny his 3rd or kill it. It can and will win you a lot of your games just by pushing up his natural, but it's really designed to blow up his 3rd and punish him for taking an early 3rd. Seeing as he didn't, and he just went for the mass roach, he was able to hold this off pretty decently. And then if we look back to my base over here, we had the eBay coming down, we had the 2 more barracks. I should have thrown down an extra gas, maybe a second. Yeah, there's the other eBay. Should have thrown down a starport and my 3rd. I guess I didn't have the resources for it. And here he's still pushing with the roaches. Wasn't exactly sure what he was trying to do with these overseers. So just sort of pulled back, took him out, whatever. Bunker at the front, just in case he pushes with anything. Starport goes down a little late, but it's still good. Got my 1 attack upgrade on the way. And then my 3rd. So at this point, I guess he's afraid of the push, so he gets the spine crawlers, he gets the roaches. In doing so, we kind of delayed the 3rd from him, even though he has more than enough resources to just go and grab one. Oh well, this is gold. So whatever. Like I said, the 3rd's going down. 1 attack upgrade's almost done. And we're just blowing apart the middle of the rocks. Seeing this is a very aggressive build, we want as many attack paths as we can get. And he grabs Watchtower, stim in, and we go from here. I didn't realize one was finished. He did get some faster upgrades than I was used to at the time, but with stim and just the amount of units, it was easily cleaned up. I just pull back, I scanned for the 3rd, but he cancelled. because this is, like I've said, designed to kill the third, so you want to make sure he doesn't take one. If he does grab a third, don't push the natural, don't run into his army, don't try and end the game, run around, kill his third. Because you have yours, just stay a base up. So I push in, see that he doesn't have the third there. At this point we're just standing in front, trying to deny some creep tumors. Just macroing up from here. We threw the tech labs on these two barracks, because we saw that he was going mass roach. So the marauders are really going to help. Throw down another factory, reactor on it, just get more hellion production. Because now with the armory we can make hellbats. Hellbats are really good at soaking up damage. The hellbat in front, the marauder behind them, the marine behind those. Stim everything, A-clicking, just eats everything. At this point, harvest count is really low from him, because he's needed to force out the army to deal with my push, and seeing as he couldn't get a third, I guess his main's running out. Look at the production, he's getting the burrowed roaches with his 2-2 almost done. I push in here not knowing that his 2-2 was right about to finish. Probably the worst time for me to push. And my marauder behind my marine, which is bad. Bad positioning, really terrible timing. Push right when his 2-2's done, right when the investors pop. That was just a very, very bad engagement from me. I managed to pick up one of the marauders and get him out of there. Now we're just rallying to this watchtower. Gotta keep our map position, can't get locked into our base. If we do, it'll just let him grab a third, fourth, fifth, sixth, whatever he needs. Now he pushes out with the roaches, some of the infestors. At this point, we throw down more macro structures. All of them have tech labs, just because of that mass roach. 2-2's almost finishing. He does go and grab his fourth, fifth, and no, his third, fourth, and fifth here. My main does run out, so I think it's time to go and grab a fourth. I do scan, make sure the watchtower's clear. At this point we're just macroing up, keeping up with our upgrades, playing to what he's making. We saw Mass Roach, so we're getting Thor, we're getting Marauder, maybe some tanks here and there. We do grab a fourth round by the time our main runs out. I do like having 3 bases constantly mining. Right here we just sort of run the Hellion in, just try and poke with this. I did poke his third, which I realized was a mistake. It wasn't really a mistake, but it wasn't the best I could do. Because by attacking his third, you're pulling his army down, and you kind of don't want to pull his army down to his third when you plan on attacking his fourth. It would have been better for me to run around here, attack his fifth, then run in through his natural, pull his army up to his main as I push down at the third, but small mistakes. Burrow some Widow Mines here, just to deny him from grabbing it again. He does have his army here, which I didn't see. I didn't know he had that burrowed there. So once again, mistake, getting fungled, getting ambushed, I guess. Just losing majority of that army. But the macro, the amount of barracks I have, pumping out Marauder, I think I have 5 Marauder at a time. Should be getting 4 Hellbat and a tank or a Thor. Could have just gone for a Banshee, but whatever. He does attack into this base here. There's the Thor just behind, just picking off roaches, really just won it for me. That one Thor. Right there, he shouldn't have attacked in. If he sat back, macroed up, teched up, wait till he was capped, push in, could have been a little better for him. Wait till some of his upgrades finished. So right now my 3-3 is done, I have 1 attack on Mecha on the way. My upgrades are late, my macro's late, this was gold, whatever. So here we're just macroing up, waiting till I have a comfortable sized army, until I'm prepared to move out. At this point I don't know he has that fourth there. Or the fourth I guess, because I killed off his fifth. And at this point it's pretty much just macro, run, the fourth. He does go for mutas, which is probably the worst choice you can go, because I have a bunch of Marine, I have Thor. At this point we're just sit in a defensive position outside of his watchtower. We go up and grab the fifth because the natural runs out. We just push in, and with an army like this it's really hard to lose against roaches. It's almost impossible to lose against mass roaches. We just run in, we blow them up, all the roaches are done, and there's GG. Now, all of that came off the constant aggression from the 10-minute push. into a comfortably taken third and just macroed and played out from there. The next game is this one. It was played on Whirlwind. Yeah, Whirlwind LE, the latter edition. So it was yesterday back in Platinum. In this game, I open up with the double Reaper into Fast Expand. So it's the Reaper Fast Expand into the reactored Hellion with the stim timing push. But for some reason, when I scouted his Roach Warren, it was a very, very early Roach Warren considering the matchup, and it for some reason didn't click that he was going to rush me. Start off by scouting out with this. I can't remember how Whirlwind is mapped out. I heard that Whirlwind is one of the 4-player maps that always forces a cross position, which in this case it did, but I don't know if it was on our ranked or unranked, but in one game I was down here and my opponent was up here, so it wasn't cross position. So I'm not really sure how the placement works on Whirlwind, but I go and scout anyways, just to be safe. So the Reaper comes out, and the expansion goes down. I'm waiting for the second Reaper to pop, because if I run in with one and he forces defense and then I run in with two, two's not going to do more than one, so the defense thing. But here I'm trying to kill the drone with the SCV, just so I don't show my Reapers off, but the drone is going to get away, so that extra drone kill, it's going to be decent, whatever. We're running in, we see the lings here, just trying to micro away as best as we can, kill off as many lings as we can for the least cost. And with the health regen from the Reapers and just their speed and everything, it's going to be an easy cleanup. At this point we're getting the fast expand down. I did scout his expansion, so I wasn't really afraid of anything too cheesy. We throw down our reactored Hellions, the tech lab down on our barracks, and then the two other barracks go down. Reapers run in. I see this Roach Warren, like it's finished at like 6 minutes. I don't know why I didn't think to throw it on a bunker, but whatever. So we do poke at the natural, poke at the drones a little. At this point we have our marauder and hellion coming out. Our supply depot's going down. Everything's going as it should. Stim started at the correct times. Now the roach is coming in. There's 9 roaches here. And again, it's 3 hellion and 1 marauder, 9 roaches. Terran's gonna be in a little bit of trouble. So we lift off the command center, we pull in all my SCVs, we try and saturate the main with what we have. And the bunker goes down right by our command center, right when we see the roaches in. At this point I'm just trying to keep the Reaper alive in his main, because the queen and everything, I doubt I'll get it to my base labs. We're just trying to hide him just to keep him alive. I pull my SCVs out so I don't lose a lot. Then we repair the bunker, our marauders come out, our reactored marines come out. We toss our SCVs on auto repair, keeping our hellion alive, and then we're pushing around and killing off the roaches. At this point the rush was delayed, the rush was denied. I did lose a significant amount of workers, 18 workers off there to his 3. But he did run in some drones for some reason. I guess he had the eggs hotkeyed, which was a mistake. He did lose off 5 workers there. And now if we look at the drone count, it is 31 to 18. He does go and grab a third here, which means he's going to be on a more eco standing. So his army's not going to be huge, it's not going to be anything scary, it's just going to go full economic and be droning up. At this point I see the... actually at this point my stim's finished. I waited for one more round of units just so I'd have a healthy amount of Marine Marauder. Hellion. We rally everything to our Marauders, to the Hellion. Marines are squishy. And at this point we should be grabbing a third. We should be dropping out 2 more engineering bays, 2 more barracks, and 2 more gas. Here we see that he has an overlord flying in, so we're just trying to avoid the sight of that. If he sees us coming, forcing around the units. He sees that I have the watchtower, so the Lings go in to catch it. The Hellion run around, the Marine come in and stim. Lings are killed, he taps out. Even though we lost a lot from that timing, the Roach push, the stim timing with the reactored Hellion and the Marine Marauder is still enough to take out his third and force the GG. Oh, that was bad. That was a bad game. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. Go like my Facebook page. I stream on Twitch TV every so often. Go check it out. All links will be in the description below, and thanks for watching.